We're back in race room today. I'm Mooney GT, and this is the GT-DTM Championship. Okay, so here's what happened with the first GT-DTM Championship. I thought I would use the adaptive AI to make sure that we always had competitive racing. The problem was the adaptive AI was not tuned. It hasn't learned enough about me yet. And it's my understanding that you have to drive each car and track combination to really dial in those adaptive AI settings. I haven't done that yet, certainly not enough to make the adaptive AI work as intended. So the cars were lapping in that second race up to 2 seconds a lap faster than me, which is ridiculous. So we're scrapping that. The first ever GT-DTM Championship is over. But welcome the second ever GT-DTM Championship. This time we're doing AI preset to 104. I think that's going to give me competitive racing in the DTM class. We are doing GT3 cars this time with GT4 cars. Also looking back at the first GT-DTM Championship, the field, or the GT4 and touring car class didn't really create any separation in the field. It was really more of one class. Those cars were too similar in lap times. Did some more testing and research, and I think GT3 and GT4 makes a lot more sense for time disparity between all three classes. So this is going to be a 9-round championship. First round is going to be at Zandvoort. We're doing the national circuit or national layout there. These races will be I'm trying to decide between 25 and 20 minutes. Right now it shows 25 minutes on the screen. I think I might take it down to 20 just to make it a little bit shorter for everyone to watch. But stick around, and I think this is going to be a good championship. Once the session times and qualifying finished updating, we fell to 7th. No big deal, but you'll notice we have switched from BMW this season to Audi. We're in the Schaeffler Audi, mostly because of the excellent green and yellow color scheme. It seemed like we had to do that. But let's go racing. So I haven't driven the Audi all that much compared to the BMW, but my initial impressions are that I don't notice much difference other than sound. I'm sure there are some, we got a great start. I'm sure there's some subtle performance differences, but it wasn't anything that, oh, whoa, a big hard charge from the Mantley 911. Dangerous charge. Seems like he held on to it without hitting anybody. I'm not used to doing this shorter Zandvoort circuit, so I have to be careful. This turn is going to be interesting throughout the race. I have to remember that there's a braking point there now. But I've tried to select shorter layouts for this championship because this is a multi-class championship. These are 20-minute sprint races, and I really want the multi-class aspect of this to have an impact on the driving. On these, I noticed on longer circuits it was harder to have the other classes be a factor. At Suzuka, we just didn't hardly see the traffic. We kind of came through the field once and that was it. And we've got some work to do. To get some good driving going. This is such a fun, flowy circuit though. This has the feel of a bit of a roller coaster. A lot of the corners have really good camber to them. Carry a lot more speed through them than you would think. And I believe Zandvoort is a track DTM does go to from time to time. I don't know if it's every year, but I recently discovered that DTM has posted, it was at least the 2018 and 2019 DTM seasons online to watch, which is great. Especially when we don't have any new racing to watch. I hadn't seen those seasons, so I did go back and watch them. because I really enjoy this championship. Although it does sound like things are really in question for this year, DTM. But I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about DTM when oh, got in late. Oh, there's a ding. I'm always going to forget that braking zone. So those dirty tires. Well, in my testing, the 104 AI difficulty is pretty good for my skill set, but what that didn't take into account is me yapping. So I might need to focus a bit, see if I can close up on the field. Maybe the lap traffic will make up for some of my talking. That wasn't a very good turn. Just got to remember when to brake for this hairpin. I think it's about here. Oh, and that was a little bit late. Oh, I went to neutral. We're really shooting ourselves in the foot here. A little bit better through there. What's our time differential? 4 seconds or so? Where is it now? Almost 5 seconds. It's not good. I think if I put together a couple clean laps, we'll close this up. Kind of an interesting hairpin too. I obviously haven't quite figured out that line yet. Alright, I think we're already starting to catch them up now that I'm focusing on my apexes. Tell you what, I will be stone silent for this lap. You listen to the engine, I'll look for my apexes, and we'll meet back up in a minute. Well, we've taken a little bit of time out of him, but not enough. Seems like our lap deltas are, I don't know what it's reading down there, but it's telling me I'm going a lot faster than I am. Is this already the, I guess is this, looks like this must be the lap traffic. Well, this looks like this may be the equalizer that I've wanted. I think we've caught back up actually to some of the DTM traffic, or cars now. Oh, that wasn't a clean turn. Well, I think we're going to be close enough for DRS this time. We are. We're making progress. One of the things that's really interesting with the multi-class racing is it makes you practice, you know, lines a lot more than single class. So many times you have to choose a weird way around a corner that you would never choose, but for the fact that there's a much slower car in your way. So I think it really is good for practicing overtaking and just how to handle unexpected lines and problems, really. See if we can't. Yeah. See, that was a weird line, but we managed it. Alright, we're now no longer in last place. We get to start playing with some lap traffic, which is fun. Get our DRS going, since we're not going to have it for this next lap. Always have to remember we got to brake a little bit sooner because we're carrying more speed from DRS. Really got cut out at circuit in China on that really long straightaway, carrying lots of extra speed. Really had to move my brake point back in that circuit. Question is, we're not. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. We blew it. I was looking at my lap timers and stuff. Alright, well, we held on to 9th. We lost several seconds on 8th. It's too bad because we were really starting to gain. Hopefully there's enough time to fix that. We got almost 10 minutes. We're about halfway through. No DRS this time around. To see if we're going to end up coming through the GT3 field as well. There's 10 cars in each class, as a reminder, 30 cars total. You have to wait for that little bump in the pavement, the little rise, where you can get back on any power. And I haven't messed with the setups on these cars, so I think I mentioned in the past, I'm just going to run the stock setups and come what may. It seems to be a pattern in Race Room that on the stock setups the aero is pretty aggressive, and that usually there's some faster lap times to be had by easing off the wings a bit. But really on a circuit like this, I'm probably pretty happy to have the aero. But in any event, we're just going to leave the setups to their default configurations. I feel like that's really slow through there, but I guess at least the AI isn't ramming into me every time, so must be kind of okay. Just doesn't feel good. It's so slow. How are we doing here? Oh, we're 4 seconds behind. I don't know. It's gonna take some GT3 traffic, I guess, to catch up. We just had to get rid of the pre-race jitters and the talking distraction at the beginning. I think my lap times are okay now for this level of AI. I just need to stop messing up the hairpin and be consistent. Taking a little bit of time out of 8th place. Well, maybe not. We won't give up though. I think if I do a couple good laps here, we might just be able to get into position to challenge 8th place. I can't help but lean through these corners. Doesn't help at all. But I guess that's good that the immersion is that high. But I feel like leaning into it. Yeah, we're catching up. Slowly. That's not gonna help. Looks like he's definitely just a little bit closer each time around. We can close up in time for DRS. Maybe by the end of the race we can hit 8th. I'm also hoping that before the next race I'll have had a little bit more practice. It's always going to be my intention to have run my own independent practice sessions just to make sure that I do my best efforts during the race. I spent the first part of this race kind of learning the track a bit with this different layout. So with the layout, you turn off there, so you've got that hairpin to deal with. You cut out the back half of the track, but that also affects your speed into the chicane, so the braking point for that's different too. It's not a very difficult braking adjustment for the chicane because it's a slower corner now. Alright. Actually, we're coming back through the GT4 field, which is great. I want them to be involved in this. Hopefully, we are. Look at this. We got ourselves a race. Well, let's see what we can do. There's only a couple minutes left. The AI in racing is really pretty good, especially as multi-class. I haven't really had any issues with the GT3 or GT4 cars doing really weird things, ruining anyone's day. I'm really impressed with what Race Room has done with the AI. As we've seen in Automobilista 2, they still have some work to do, but I have faith in Riza. And I really think if you're into sim racing, you owe it to yourself to pick that up. If it's still on sale, I don't know if it is at this point. I know it was ending soon, but at 40% off, it was a great deal. And we kind of set sail. We've lost DRS for this next go around. Only a couple more laps to go. We do have some traffic to potentially help us out. I guess it could hurt us too. Oh, he went out around the outside. Now this looks like it might just end up hurting me if I can't. Decided to try to just go ahead and follow through so we could get rid of that traffic. Looks like that's paid off. Turn car. Tire wear is on, as you can tell by the cherry red front left we have. But no fuel. Oh, car move! Oh, that really cost us. All right, 1 or 2 more laps. We're finally getting into the GT3 cars. It's taken this whole race to see them. So I guess they're kind of going to be running their own race. We'll see how that changes. Maybe some circuits will get mixed up a bit more. Whoop. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna need 1 more lap to have a chance. Tires are pretty tired. We will not have DRS available to us. And I still don't know. I don't think the checkered flag has been out yet. I always miss that. Okay, we're gonna get 1 more shot at this. But we don't want to throw it all away either. I don't think we're going to be able to get through traffic and get to him. I do love that I get to just enjoy these awesome GT4 and GT3 cars, to see them and hear them as they go around. Turn car. Yeah, through the tight stuff, the DTM cars lose so much mechanical grip. The slower cars are just as fast through the tight stuff. Well, we gave it our best go. Couldn't quite catch up to 8th. I'm gonna have to be a little better prepared for the next round. Yeah, and that's it. Well, that was race 1. Not at all what we were hoping for. So we finished 9th out of 10th. But I think we had some good multi-class racing. I think the AI level will be good as long as I'm on top of my game. But next week we're headed to the US. We're going to be at Indianapolis. We're going to run the moto layout, which it adds in a chicane around the fast oval turn. But I think that should just kind of make things a little bit more interesting. So we'll see you next week for round 2 of the GT-DTM International Championship.